Alright, back with 127. It says, unless the Lord builds the house. A song of accents of Solomon. Unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. I'll read that again, verse 1. Unless the Lord builds the house, will those who build it labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. It is in vain that you rise up early and go late to rest, eating the bread of anxious toil, for he gives to his beloved sheep. Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior are the children of one's youth. Blessed is the man who fills his quiver with them. He shall not be put to shame when he speaks with the enemies in the gate. So 127 is just a real basic chapter. Just says, it says unless the Lord builds the house, meaning that, it's kind of talking about, the Lord in a way building you. If you have been convicted, by God of your sins, and you're living, a repentant life, and you're living for God, and you're repenting of your sins, then in a way, it's kind of like, trying to say this the right way, without getting people confused. It's kind of like, what Jesus says in the Gospel is about, about building. I believe it's a house, on trying to think of the word, on good ground. If you build your house on good ground, it's going to hold. But if you don't, then it's going to crumble away. What he's talking about is, if you're living your life for Christ, repenting of your sins, and living right for God, then nothing won't move you, because your faith is so strong in God that you won't fear nothing, that you won't be anxious about nothing, that you won't worry about nothing, because you know that God's in control. You have faith in Him that He will, protect you and love you, and that's having that strong faith. That's kind of like building, your own house on God. Having that strong faith, towards God. But if you don't have that strong faith, and it's like your house will just crumble. You will crumble, because you're not living your life right for God. You're not repenting of your sins. So when you're hit real hard with something, you hardly have no faith. You're really gonna be brought down. But if you have a strong faith in God, then you will hold firm through your faith, to God. You will hold firm. Nothing really won't shake you when something hits you. Not physically, but when life hits you, you won't be really affected by it, because your faith is so strong in God that your house, however you want to call it, basically you will not sway, because your faith is so strong in God that nothing worries you, nothing makes you anxious, because your faith is so strong in God. You don't worry about things, and when life hits you with something, you don't worry about it, because you know that God will get you through it. The people who are not living their life right with God, and they're living in sin, and they're doing things they shouldn't be doing, when life hits them hard with something, their faith is not strong at all, so they crumble. So that's 127. I'll bet with the 128 here shortly.